What's going on, y'all? It's the Daron Sharp fan club, and today we finna talk about every NBA team's trade deadline. You know what I'm saying? We're finna grade the teams. You know what I'm saying? Let's just talk about the trade deadline, all the deals. I couldn't really make a short about, I can, I guess, but it's hard to make a short about every single freaking deal, man. So I'm just gonna do everything collectively in this video. With that being said, let's start with NA, because there were teams that just did not make any deals in the offseason. Or in the trade deadline. Yeah, it was the Heat, the Spurs, and the Rockets. They made no deals. So we're gonna put them down below. I might actually talk about them a little bit. Well, I know I'm not talking about two of these teams. All right, so let's go. The Milwaukee Bucks. Let's see all their deals. Bucks traded away Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey. They got Nigel Hayes. They want to go to Chicago. Let me just type in Bucks. That's all the Bucks did. How did that man end up on the? I'm confused. He got traded like 4 times. He got traded like 3 times. Okay, no. Boom, he got traded to the Hornets, and then he got traded to the Hornets. They got traded to the Bulls, and he got traded to Milwaukee. Okay, my brain hurts. So to wrap it up, this is what the Bucks did. This, along with not trading Mr. Antetokounmpo, I think don't really care. So yeah, the Nets did a decent amount actually. They were actually kind of getting active. Okay, not those Nets, the other Nets. Order, boom. Traded for Hunter Tyson. Traded away a 2026 second round pick. Not really too concerned about it. They traded got Josh Minott for money, and then this was the one. Ochai Agbaji and a 2032 second. We traded someone that was it. So we cleared cap. We didn't clear cap. We took on some cap that's finna get off this offseason. Not really too concerned about Ochai Agbaji. I saw Hunter Tyson. They had some highlights. So I was watching the Nuggets game, and they were talking about how he's nice. Talking about he's a good defender. So I was looking at Nuggets like reactions on Twitter, and they did not care. They did not care at all. So yeah, then we waived Haywood Highsmith, we waived Cam Thomas. I talked about that in another video. So overall, I think I'll probably give them a B. You know, we took flyers, we got draft capital. Those picks are going to be more valuable than our picks. I guess technically the 26. Well, no, it's Atlanta Clippers. Whatever. Second round picks don't matter, but like we got more draft capital than we gave up. I'm pretty sure. Josh Minott, who is cool player, cool defender, maybe could be something. So take some flyers. You know, we didn't really lose anything. Cam, it wasn't gonna fit. It wasn't gonna happen. So Haywood didn't play a single game for us. So again, we didn't lose anything particularly valuable. We got some stuff that could potentially be valuable. So yeah, I'll probably give them a New York. All right, they traded Gershon Yabusele, and they got Dalen Terry, who they then traded. Wait, right? I got Jose Alvarado. I'll give him a B. I like Jose Alvarado. In fact, I want to say A. How do I feel about? I think D is like actively bad, and C is like I don't care them. So I'll give it a. Actually, no, I'll give it an A, because you got something of value from Shadi Yabusele, who was playing horrible this season. And I was about to say these are not really the same team. I'll give y'all an A. The Knicks get an A from me. They gave out a lot of cash, so cash considerations. The Raptors. Now, obviously, I like team context because I don't watch a lot of these teams. So they got Chris Paul. I heard rumors that they were going to waive Chris Paul, but then I saw something that said that maybe they're not going to waive Chris Paul. Maybe he could play, but he's already 40. He's about to retire. They traded away a second round pick, and they got Trace Jackson Davis, who can't make a layup, but he is a big. Something could happen. Maybe he could be a backup. You know, who knows? For what they gave up, yeah, they gave up Ochai Agbaji as well. It's looking like kind of C+, B- tier, like C+, B-. I kind of like the team context to know exactly what that value is, but they lost some cap. That Jakob Poeltl deal, I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but maybe he could be solid. JD. So I feel like I'll probably give it. The Utah Jazz also made another video about this. So if you want to know my thoughts about the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade, with the 8-player trade, all these freaking picks, look into that. But they also traded away Mr. Landale. They got Lonzo Ball. 2 seconds. So they have hella seconds. They have, I think, the most seconds in the league, along with the Chicago Bulls team. I forgot. So I think we have a bunch of seconds. Yeah, they get hella seconds, hella firsts. And Jock wasn't really doing nothing for them, if I recall correctly. Well, not even that Jock wasn't doing anything for them. They have hella bigs. They don't need him. They have Lowry. They have JJJ. They have Kessler. They have Filipowski. They have Nurkic. Nurkic is whatever. But like, they have all the freaking bunch of big guys. So they're services of, Jock Landale just went crazy just now. With Atlanta. They got more picks. I'm low-key want S. I'm low-key trying to go S. I'm not gonna lie. I think they had a great trade deadline. They started buying low, or at a low stage. You know what I'm saying? I think they had a pretty great trade deadline. I think they have some good potential on the team for the future. And yeah, I really like the trade. So yeah, New Orleans, I'm pretty sure they literally just did the Dalen Terry deal. But they got 2 second-round picks, I guess. I'm gonna make an amendment here because the Pelicans are the 13 seed and they have freaking 8 untouchables. Nah, they're F. They're F. They should have Herb Jones or Trey Murphy or Zion or somebody. They should have got some people out of there, got some first-round picks or something, bro. Because in no way you can have this, you know what I'm saying, and be like, oh, we're a playoff team, especially after you sold that pick to the Atlanta Hawks for no reason. The Lakers, they traded away Gabe Vincent and they got Luke Kennard, and that was it. So a lot of people probably say like D, C. I'll probably say B. I think you just straight up got better. I think you got better, and I know it's a low bar, but they don't have assets. That's what Lakers fans need to understand. Y'all do not have anything any other teams want besides Luke that you're willing to trade. Bro. You're clearly not willing to trade Luka and Austin Reeves. LeBron is 41 years old. Nothing else is really has value, bro. You should have. I mean, Rui has value, but like you low-key can't trade. I mean, you can trade Rui low-key, but like, yeah, that's pretty much your only valuable piece at this point in time. And I feel like you're not going to get the value that you're giving up. I don't know. Or you're not going to get enough value to turn this team into a championship team this season, bro. Like, this is a gap year at the end of the day. LeBron, Luka, AR, too much money to be playing that defense. Also, just either defenders who can't really shoot or shooters who cannot defend. Actually, no. You have defenders that can't really shoot and you have fake shooters and you don't have any real shooters. So, and a bunch of some guys aren't really that athletic. And then, like, it's just, you don't really have it, bro. You don't have it. When you lose it, you've lost it, bro. So at the end of the day, they got a shooter. He's not a good defender, neither is Gabe Vincent. But you got a shooter on the wing who can make over 3, even though he doesn't take a lot of them. You know, maybe JJ Redick can force him to take him. Maybe if they just throw the ball in his hands enough times, they're like peer pressure to take him, even though he's been in the NBA for what, like 8-7 years at this point. So I don't really think he could change much as a player in terms of instincts. But he is the shooter now, so you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not gonna say they did the best they can, but they did honestly close to the best they can with the assets they have without changing the entire team while LeBron is still on the team. At the end of the day, bro, they got a positive out of a negative. And so I'll give them a B for that. The Chicago Bulls. All right, here's the one that was heavy. Here's the one that was heavy. All right, they got Dario Saric and 2 second-round picks. All right, I didn't even see that trade before, bro. They traded away Kevin Huerter, Dario Saric, 4, Mike Conley, Jaden Ivey. They then immediately, Dalen Terry, 4 Yabusele. They then immediately traded away Mike Conley and Kobe White for Uzama Dieng, Colin Sexton, 3 second-round picks. They then traded away Uzama Dieng for Nick Richards. They then traded away Ayo Dosunmu and Julian Phillips again to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They really was rocking with the Timberwolves this trade deadline. Traded them Sumu and Phillips for Rob Dillingham, Logan Miller, 4 second-round picks. They then immediately traded away Vucevic for a second-round pick for every time and a second-round pick this season. Essentially, they're doing a KOT4Q win a championship with only guards challenge, bro. They got Josh Giddey, Jaden Ivey, Anthony Simons, Trey Jones, Colin Sexton, and Rob Dillingham, and Yuki Kawamura, and Mac McClung. They have 8 guards on this team. So yeah, I don't know what to do with that, but at the end of the day, they're tanking. So no, I'm giving them F. I'm giving them F. Because I'm not even just giving them F for what they did this season. I'm giving them F because they should have traded away half of these players years ago, bro. Kobe White, Vucevic, they should have been gone years ago. I say they should have kept them, but if you were to trade them, they didn't even get a pick out of it. They traded him for seconds, bro. They traded him for a bunch of seconds, bro. Leonard Miller, I actually kind of like him. Billingham, not rocking with that. Anthony Simons, I guess. Jaden Ivey is the one I'm actually kind of interested in. I actually got some belief in Jaden Ivey as a player, and they got him for whatever. Herder was not really good. Saric was really good, but no first round picks, a bunch of seconds. I don't really care about seconds. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's salary, I guess. I mean, you could, in theory, collect a good player from them, but I just do not believe in second round picks at all. So, but they have a lot of, they're D- to me, and somebody got to be an F. I'm putting them F, bro. They should have been the Minnesota Timberwolves. Back at it. I got crack at it. Got Ayo Dosunmu. They got Julian Phillips. You already saw what they gave up. But yeah, they took away Mike Conley. They traded away Mike Conley just to get him back for cash. So yeah, they got Ayo Dosunmu. They got Julian Phillips. They got cash, and they're about to sign back Mike Conley. So all in all, I think I'll give them an A. In my opinion, I think they're an A. It might be an S, honestly, because they gave up something that was not valuable, or they gave up guys that weren't playing for them and were not going to play for them. They gave up some seconds that they did not care about, I promise. They got Ivica Zubac, who's an actual point guard. He's a solid playmaker, a scorer, a great shooter. He's shooting like damn near 50, like basically 50, 40, 85 this season, bro. I'm not gonna say he's playing good basketball because I haven't watched a single or barely watched him actually play, but his stats are nice. He got nice stats. So I think that's another NBA. So yeah, that's my Blazers. And they got Beat Krejci or Duop Reethans. He's cool. He's cool. He's like a fake good shooter because he has, in theory, he's a good shooter and he's a good defender, but like when he's on the court, it's like, but got some spunk, got some competitive spunk. So, and I don't actually know what their needs as a team are. Duop wasn't really playing for them. I know that much. I think for those reasons, I'll probably give that like a B. I'll give it like a B. The Denver Nuggets, they traded away. Oh yeah, they got a second round pick. A second round pick is on. I mean, they got under the luxury tax, so I'll probably put like this, something like that. I guess I don't really care. This whole tier is like kind of. I'll probably go like this, bro. Okay, see, they acquired Jared McCain for a first round pick that was number 30 and 3 second round picks, and then they dealt Ousmane Dieng. They got Mason Plumlee. Is Mason Plumlee still on the team? I don't know, but that's a solid backup third string. I'll give them an A. No cap. That's an A. That's an A. That is an A. Because, hear me out, gang. Jared McCain's a good basketball player. He's better than Quentin Grimes, who they kept on the Sixers. Yes, he was coming off that leg injury, but he started coming to his own. He started to get back in his groove. We already seen the potential from him. And you didn't give up anything that you care about. When you look at that roster, the guard rotation, you look at Lou Dort, AJ Mitchell, I'm like, he could definitely be at least at least a 6-man, bro. At least a 6-man, if not a starter. At least a 6-man, be an offensive, release valve and a consistent 3-point shooter. You could never have enough consistent 3-point shooting. And then Mason Plumlee, you got for a guy who wasn't progressing on your team. Got a third guy. If you have Chet and Hartenstein have foul trouble or someone's hurt, third guy who can just do the little things, do the dirty work, etc. Now, I haven't watched him play in a minute. I ain't look at his stats, so he could be bunched for all I know. But I think, in theory, this is a pretty good. All right, the Memphis Grizzlies. It was all right. They got Eric Gordon for a second round pick, who he doesn't even play anymore. Jazz thing. I already mentioned it before. I already made a video about it. So I think I'll probably give him like a B+. Either B+ or A-. Honestly, they probably belong in. I think I'll probably put them a little bit above them. So, I think I'll put these because they're, tax. Well, then all the tax deals, it's like just tax. Who cares? Oh, the Bucks. Sorry. The Grizzlies, I like that deal. They let go when it was time. They got good value. Actually, I should put them at A. No cap. They're gonna like this. We'll do that, and we're gonna rock with it because I think the Grizzlies did really well for themselves in recognizing that the core time was up. You gotta recognize when the time is up and execute, bro. Sometimes it's over, bro. You just gotta recognize it when it's over and adjust. I gotta give them props for adjust. The Dallas Mavericks, I don't remember them doing. They traded. I did make a video about this. So they traded away AD, Jaden Hardy, D'Lo, Exum. They got Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Tyus Jones, Marvin Bagley, pick that no one cares about, and a pick that could be decent, maybe, and then 3 seconds that Wizards might be. And then, so didn't they get Malachi Branham? No, he's still on the Hornets. Okay, I'm giving them a C. This is the definition, like a C-, bro. C-. Low-key a D. They basically got a pick, bro. I made a video about this already. But at the same time, AD had no value. He had no value. You could argue that this is as a result of a bad trade prior, but we had a whole other video about that bad trade. So now we're just dealing with the reality of the situation. So it's still, it's still a D. Because I don't know. You could have got nothing better than this, bro. It was just everything about this is just bad. I can't. I'm not gonna give the worst in the Bulls, but it's damn near the same area, to be honest. Now, the Phoenix Suns. I don't have hate in my heart for the Phoenix Suns anymore. I used to not hate, but like disdain. I don't know why. Ever since maybe since the Luka series or since the Warriors, or I don't know. I just did not like the Suns as a whole outside of KD when he was there and he left it. So I'm at peace. I'm at peace with my feelings about the Suns. They got Cole Anthony. They got Amir Coffey. They traded away Nick Richards. I don't know what their needs are. So I don't think it's crazy to say that it was a whatever deadline. It was pretty whatever. Blah. The Clippers, they said enough is enough. Look, Chris Paul, get your ass out of here. You got this guy who is not going to play for you probably at all. And traded away James Harden for Darius Garland and a 2nd round pick. I would give him a B+. I'll give him a B to B+. The reasoning being, all right, you recognize that, I mean, Harden just wanted his money, squeezed the 2nd round pick out of the Cavs for trading away a younger player. And that younger player is finna put in work for y'all. So he's finna put in some work. No, you didn't really lose much. He could approximate, I don't want to say approximate James Harden, but he's gonna make y'all, you're gonna be a playoff team for sure. So, or at least a good probability of being a playoff team. That is until, say dun dun dun. They traded away Zubac and Kobe Brown for Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson. Ideana's pick protected 5 to 9. So they get it 5 to 9. If it's not 5 to 9, the Pacers get it and they get it unprotected 2031, I believe, and then they get 2029 pick. Yeah, I think I'll put them B+ because, you know, it's big trade-offs, and with that, it's low-key unlikely. It's gonna be hard for them to stay in a play-in. That pick could very likely go to OKC, but depending on how bad they are, how bad the other teams are, that pick could be like maybe like the 10th pick instead of being like the 3rd pick. If OKC gets the #1 pick, GG's. You got nice young promising players in Darius Garland and Benedict Mathurin. Even though Garland has injury history, Mathurin is like, he's in the archetype of like the Jalen Green, like the Kuminga. Yes, it was Kuminga. So basically it's Kuminga West versus Kuminga East. So he was Kuminga East and now he's Mathurin West. Or he was Kuminga East, now he's Kuminga West. So Kuminga was Mathurin West, now he's Mathurin East. Whatever. So yeah, I think this is good for them to get some young guys in there. And they got some type of talent on there, although it's looking like this draft's gonna be 1 to 4 heavy, like top heavy. So that pick could end up not being very good. Even if they get it 5 to 9, like, and yes, 5 has produced a lot of talent, but there's a high potential that it does not produce nothing in this draft. So, you know, it's kind of wishy-washy, kind of like gamble. I think overall they did well for themselves. Warriors, they traded away Mr. Jackson Davis. They got Mr. Why y'all doing this? They got the 2nd round pick from the Lakers, and then boom, the Kuminga trade. I talked about this in the shorts video. Massive waste of time. So I gotta tax them for a guy who might not even play. So in the Jackson Davis trade was whatever. So, but in the concept of the player is better than the result that they got. So as opposed to a Maverick situation, the concept of Porzingis is still better than having Kuminga in what he was on the team at the end of the day. So I'll probably give them either a C+ or B-. This might come back to bite me if Porzingis like happens to play like all them games in the postseason, but I don't really have that high stock on him. So even though yes, it's a higher profile trade, I think it was just a way. At the end of the day, it's not. I hope it is. For everyone's sake, I hope it is. But given the situation at hand, you know what I'm saying? But you kind of have to grade a trade for what it is, right? For what it is, it's still a C+, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it's still a C+. It's still a C+. You know what? I think it's nasty to put us there and go like this, so I might go like this. Detroit, they traded away Jaden Ivey. They got Hurt. They got Saric. They got a pick swap with Minnesota. Herter is only a shooter really in theory, but Ivey wasn't doing nothing for your team anyway, so Saric is not a player in this NBA. So I'm giving y'all like a C+, bro. The Sacramento Kings, I'm yapping, bro. This video is too long. I didn't hurt you. Sacramento Kings, they got DeAndre Hunter, theoretical 3-and-D player who isn't really that good at threes. Ain't good at D. But they traded away Keon Ellis, traded away Dennis Schroeder, who became immediately impactful and went for that Aura Farm clip format 3 and a faster than 3. So I will give the Sacramento Kings, I'll still give them like a B- because what if DeAndre Hunter becomes something? You know what I'm saying? No, me, I don't know what you're saying. They should have been traded Levine, Sabonis, everybody. They're trash F. But that team construction as a whole needs to be torn asunder. Cavaliers, I don't need to do that too much. They traded away James Harden or Darius Garland. They got Keon Ellis, they got Dennis Schroeder, they got off the team. So, and they also traded away Lonzo Ball. So I don't know why they don't have the Lonzo Ball again. Gave Lonzo Ball to the Utah Jazz. I'll give them A-. I think James Harden could be very good for this team. I think you really are trying to maximize that 2-year window. Darius Garland wasn't doing it. Just saying, Darius Garland wasn't doing it. You can watch my reaction in the video that I made about this specifically, but I think this is good for Cleveland. In my opinion, it's good for them to have Harden with Mobley and Jared Allen. He takes some pressure off Donovan Mitchell without him having to do it all alone. He could be a playmaker. Mitch could play more off ball. He could be a shooter. He could be a cutter, not cutter, but like a still like slash, get to the paint. And Harden could be that perimeter threat and just be a playmaker. So yeah, I think this is good for them. This is good for them, in my opinion. So, and then Keon Ellis got a shoulder, like yeah, more guard play. You have a defensive guard in Keon Ellis and a backup point guard in Dennis Schroeder. So he played very solid minutes last season with the Pistons. Boston Celtics, they got Anthony Simons out of Vucevic. What else did they get? They got a second round pick from Xavier Tillman Sr., who was not playing. And didn't they trade away Chris Boucher? They waived Chris Boucher? Well, yeah, he's not with them anymore. So yeah, I give them an A-, because they got out of the luxury tax, which is important to get out of the repeater tax so that you can contend in the future. Even though people are like, oh, you know, you gotta pay. I agree, you gotta pay. And they paid a lot of money to get that championship in 2024. But, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you need money. You need money. So get under that cap. They got Vucevic, who could be a solid guy for their team, a solid big, be all right. So yeah, I think this is good. I think they did well for themselves. 76ers traded away Jared McCain. They got someone that is not Jared McCain. They got that's a sorry pick that nobody cares about. Got a pick swap for Eric Gordon, who E+, I guess. I don't like that. Hornets, they did a lot. They were active, bro. Oh yeah, who's my deal? We're gonna talk about that. Tyus Jones, he's not good. They got 2 future picks. They got the Kobe White. He could be good for them for sure. And then they got Xavier Tillman Sr. So yeah, I think overall, I'll give them A-. I think they got good pieces for the team. It's not about the blockbuster trade. They got good pieces, bro. Washington Wizards. I already talked about them in the AD video again. They get an S. They get an S. That's S, bro. Imagine being a Buyers with the worst teams in the NBA. But like, they got AD for nothing. They got AD for the fries in the bag. The fries at the bottom of the bag, bro. Washington, AD and Trae Young for fries in the bag. Orlando. They got cash considerations. Cash considerations. Bag up. This tier. Atalanta. They got Jonathan Kuminga and Duop Reef and CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert and Buddy Hield, Abe Vincent, and second round pick. And Jock Landale, who just played good, so he gets a boost in the trade. All right. Overall, I'll give him a B. I don't like Kuminga for them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really don't. I don't think that's a good fit. Buddy Hield, he's gonna do the Buddy Hield thing. He does the same thing every team, so we don't need to talk about him. Duop Reef, I don't know. Maybe he could be okay. Who's the other one? Jock Landale, he was nice, so I expect Jock Landale to hoop a little bit. So I'll give him a B. They gave Porzingis, who he was not playing a lot of games for them, so they can take a chance on. They can afford to take a chance on Kuminga, bro. They can afford it. They got a second round pick. Then CJ, who could be a backup. They got Corey. I like Corey. So overall, yeah, I think B+ is. I think that's a good spot for them. Lastly, the Pacers, I'll give them an A. Low-key want to give them an S. Just give the 3 taking teams an S, bro. But I really like what the Pacers did. They got Zubac. They gave a pick that's pretty protected, and they still get it if it's in the lottery. They gave a pick in the far future, you know, to try to maximize their window. They gave up a guy who was not gonna play a lot of minutes for them, you know what I'm saying? Who didn't play a lot of minutes for them in the run that they just had to get to the NBA Finals. So, and he just wasn't progressing in the way that you want him to progress this season. So, I think they get it. I think they did exactly what they're supposed to do in the situation. Depending on how Zubac plays, it could be an S. Could be S, genuinely. I'm gonna do that with that one by the floor, and I think the floor of that trade is an A. So, yeah, that's what I think about the trades this trade deadline. Hey, subscribe for Yap. Subscribe for Vibes. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So, you know what I'm saying? For the love, bro. Appreciate y'all. God bless y'all. And bye-bye. Oh, yeah. And rest in peace, the Cam Thomas outro. So, yeah, we going back to Kyrie outro, but I'm not gonna lie. You don't know, man.